My name's Tor. I did the commentary for the last run. Kodak, who ran the last run, is going to be doing my commentary.
I've done the I've been on this area for the past, since the beginning of this. But this is my last one, promise. You don't like me then.
Yeah,
I'm almost gone.
He's getting out of here after this one. I will be running Hollow Knight, no major glitches, any %. And, you ready to get right into it?
Yeah,
all right.
Sure thing. Isn't timing
Timing's a little wonky. We'll do it on
I'll select.
I'll pause, and then
Yeah.
I'll do a 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Alright.
I'll do a pause, and then I'll do a 3, 2, 1.
The timing is a bit wonky at first.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. You ready? 3, 2, 1. All right. So this is Hollow Knight, no major glitches, any %. The reason I run this is because the any % run is pretty much you just warp straight into the end of the game and then spawn spikes in the final boss room, instantly killing him. I feel like this one gives us a much more thorough look at the game and what it has to offer.
While still being able to skip some stuff, that's pretty cool. This is probably this is the most popular category on speedrun.com.
So one thing to start off is one thing you'll see me doing a lot is a lot of upswings. The big reason I'm doing that is because they negate knockback completely and allow me to keep damaging whenever I'm attacking. So whenever you see me upswinging against an enemy, it's mostly just to maintain my position. You also see a lot of this, which is called inventory dropping. Whenever I open my inventory midair, it allows me to gain some momentum and cancel the hard fall down animation.
And you drop very, very fast.
Very fast.
You use it for a couple parts of the run, and and then some of the rooms that you'll see it in the most make a big difference.
Most of this run is pretty self-explanatory. We'll be covering the short parts where things look off or might not make a lot of sense.
First off, we're playing on the Chinese language.
Yes.
It is much faster. For whatever reason, the Chinese language for this game scrolls through the text much faster than any other language.
You'll be able to see a pretty good example of it in a bit once we talk to our first NPC. Something else to note for this run, we are on a pretty tight budget. We're going to be working with not a lot of money, and we are going to be spending quite a bit, so you are going to see me walking back and trying to pick up as much Geo as I can.
Yep.
Geo is the little rock icon. It's what most of the enemies in the game drop.
Yeah, something to note is being able to pogo with the downswing.
Yep.
Off of spikes and stuff.
Pogo off of enemies, spikes. The little white gauge up in my top left, that's called the soul meter. You can fill it up for 3 gauges. Each gauge is 3 nail hits. You can heal using one of the gauges, and we'll be able to use it for something later, which we'll talk about in a bit.
Yep. Now we're just climbing up through.
Making our way over to the first major areas.
Yeah, this is more like a Metroidvania, so we're going to get more abilities as things go, but for right now we're just running and then swinging at things with this nail.
So the first boss we have coming up here is called False Knight, and he's a pretty big pushover of a boss. We're not going to be actually fighting him because it takes up too much time and we don't get really anything out of it.
Yeah, it's not really worth it.
You'll see me utilizing the upswings here. Because I'm playing sloppy, I'm getting hit a lot, so I'm going to use up some of my soul to heal.
Yep. Alright, well.
And
you just kind of leave the arena.
Leave. We don't need to fight him. We will not be coming back for him either, so everyone say goodbye to False Knight.
Yep.
Next up, we're walking to these ancestral mounds. A pretty strange looking place. You got a bunch of skulls on top of pikes and stuff.
Yep.
But inside, we have a little snail dude. So you'll see the scrolling is ridiculously fast. And we're gonna take this piece of candy that the shaman gave us.
All right, we're getting our first major ability, which is
And that is why you don't take candy from strangers.
Yep. Fireball.
Fireball. Fireball is going to be one of the major upgrades we get during this run. It's our only ranged option, and it does literally 3 times as much damage as a single nail hit. It functions in the same way as our healing does. It takes 1 gauge of soul, and it takes 3 nail hits to fill 1 gauge. We'll be doing quite a bit of alternating whenever we get to boss fights to optimize our damage as much as physically possible.
Waiting for some RNG here.
Perfect.
Yep, some good RNG. Yep. Yep.
So-
Need him to spit out that enemy so we can get some more soul.
And we can get right on out of here. Before we leave, we are going to sit down on this bench. Benches act as sort of a save spot, so it saves your game, your location, everything that you need. And whenever you quit out of the game, it's going to actually put you right back where you last sat.
Which we'll be using a couple times to basically like quick, fast travel.
So we're gathering a little bit of soul here right before we go into this room. We're going to be utilizing a glitch that we're going to get the enemy on screen, wake him up, scale him just so he's on the edge, and then what we did is after basically sending that fireball down his way, it sat on top of him for 3 hits. Usually you can get it for 4, but I messed it up, so we had to use 1 more. Done with our first area, we are now moving into Green Path. You can see it's a very stark contrast from the dark and gloomy area of the Forgotten Crossroads. It's much more vibrant, green, and lush. However, as a result of moving on, we are now going to be getting some more difficult enemies. Nothing that's too crazy. We're still in the beginning of the game, but stuff we have to keep an eye out for. I'm great at this game.
Yep. Sometimes it's just like, I want to take a little nice bath in the acid.
Yeah, I mean, it sizzles your toes. It's like it's like how drinking soda feels.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna be going for something called Fireball Step here. It's a little tight. Yes.
Nice.
Perfect.
All right.
So the Fireball actually is a property where whenever you utilize it midair, it pushes you back a little bit.
And issues that make like a pretty big secret break. You're just supposed to see Hornet there and just kind of like be like, huh, I wonder what that's about, and then kind of like move on with your day. But because of the fireball being able to skip past that, there is a backup strat,
which we hate to see him. His name is Greg, and he's a mosquito that does not like to cooperate.
Yeah, we use him to basically pogo off of him if we need to.
But thankfully we got Fireball strat,
Yeah, that's
or
very
Fireball
good.
step, so we're huge right now. All right, we need to have full soul before going into this next room. That's because we're fighting a tanky little mini boss here called the Moss Knight. 1 nail hit, 3 fireballs, that'll
And
instantly
he's
kill
dead.
him.
Yep.
Just that
Instantly
easy.
dead. It really is just that easy.
Right after, we actually have another mini boss coming right up.
And this boss fight is
It's also pretty easy. The setup is kind of finicky at times. If you can believe it, he's stronger than the Moss Knight by 1 hit. All right.
oh perfect.
We're gonna go back and pick up some of the money because, like I
So-
said, tight budget.
Better be safe and sorry, especially in this type of run.
And before we go into the room after this one, we need to make sure we have at least 1 gauge of soul, which we can get from this guy. All right. So you might have saw her earlier in the room that we did fireball skip. This boss is called Hornet. We're gonna interrupt her dialogue by shooting a fireball and basically just shutting her down.
Yeah, pretty much using a combination of both the nail and the fireball to be able to deal as much damage.
All right.
Yeah, Bert, that was really good.
That was pretty good. Now we're gonna pick up this item. This is gonna be our next ability. This is called the Dash or Mothwing Cloak. It's pretty self-explanatory. You know what? I don't think I want to play this anymore. I'm just gonna quit out.
Yeah, yep.
I think we're done with the run.
Yeah, I think dash was kind of the most important part of the run anyway.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So obviously we're just kidding. We're doing a save quit. If you remember the bench from earlier, we're using this as a way to fast travel without a actual in-game fast travel. It saves us a ton of time. Money is awesome, actually. That is exactly where we need to be.
Yep.
So we actually don't need to spend any yet. We're going to go pick up one other ability before we go and spend all of our money.
Yeah, so now you see dash is like on the main movement option now that we have something that's else faster.
It's about as fast as we can get without
going really far out of our way.
Yeah. All right. We're going to do a little bit of dropping.
Yep, so that's very, it just shows you just how the inventory falling is just like so much faster than just like slowly falling down. And so it's about to like that hard fall animation as well that we just saw a couple of times there.
We typically want to avoid it, but you know, it is what it is.
I mean, that was able to showcase it, so.
There's not much to say about fungal waste. We're pretty much just taking a stroll through here. None of the enemies will really mess with us as long as we're going fast and not lingering around too much. We do have a skip coming up called Explosion Pogo. We're going to be utilizing a projectile that an enemy spews out, and it actually does 2 masks of health, which is pretty major, so we need to make sure that we get it sooner rather than later without many mistakes. And we're going to be using it to access a much later area called Mantis Village. We have a pretty good setup for it, though. This... Oh, all right.
Fine. Didn't get hit, that's the important part as well.
Yeah. The most important part about this is that we don't get hit.
Perfect.
Perfect. All right.
Great.
Second try is really good.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Just setting that back up again is not too bad.
All right.
Well, this is good. A really useful ability.
Yes.
Oh, these, what's the plural for mantis? Is it manti?
I believe it's manti.
Like they do not mess around.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
They are not cooperating right now. All right, so we're going to have to do the intended strat where we walk all the way around, unfortunately, but...
You get the idea. You see the vision, at least.
All right.
All right.
Got our second ability. This is the Mantis Claw. It's just a wall jump. It allows us to cling to walls and then slide down them. We're going to be utilizing that save quit ability one more time. I think we'll see it one more time late in the run.
I'm pretty sure.
At least for fast traveling
At
purposes.
least one more time.
All right. Now we're getting out of here. We got places to go now that we have ways to get to those places. So we're actually going to be taking the exact same route that we took to get to False Night with one small detour. So our budget for what we needed is 270 total, but we have a boss coming up that gives 50 geo. So we're actually doing just what we need.
Yeah.
Whoops. That was a little goofy. Okay. so we're gonna run up here, and we're gonna drop some money off right here for a future purpose, and we're just gonna leave.
Basically, that just like unlocks like the fast travel for later that we need.
Yep. However, despite how early we're unlocking it, we're not gonna see that fast travel for a while.
Yeah, a long time.
All right. Next boss coming up is probably considered the easiest in the game. This is Gruzmother. All right, that's Gruzmother.
Yep.
Now you might be wondering to yourself, why is it called Gruzmother?
Yeah.
That just looked like it.
Yeah, that looks a little weird.
What's that?
Oh.
Ah,
Yep.
yucky. All right,
There's too many of them.
so we robbed the children.
She wasn't gonna be able to afford for all those anyway.
No.
We kind of like saved her, I think.
Yeah, I think we did a favor.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna talk to this nice lady, and we are going to buy this. This is called Shaman Stone. If you remember from the Wonder Run how Kodak had badges, in this game we have charms. Charms work basically the exact same way. We're gonna sit down on our bench, equip that. That makes our fireball go from dealing 15 damage up to 20. That might not seem like a whole lot, but man,
It
does
adds up.
It adds up.
It adds up really quickly.
All right, and now we give up.
Now we die
We kill ourselves.
purposely. Don't do this at home.
Yeah, don't do this at home, especially if you're on Steel Soul.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
so Hollow Knight has a mechanic called the Shade, where it's a way to recover your money as well as incentivize you play more careful on your way back to die. Perfect. We're going to use that as a way to get all the way up to the top right, and we're going to use our dead path as basically a pogo.
Yep.
Now we're going to go for a little bit of a dip, you know.
Yeah.
We don't have a beach
It's a
underground.
really nice looking area.
Yeah, this is the Blue Lakes. And we're leaving. This area is called the Resting Grounds. Who do you think sleeping here?
I mean, I feel like I would. I just need a
Are
nice
you feeling
bed.
sleepy?
Yeah, I've been commentating for a long time.
I know, man. I'm sorry. We'll get you out of here soon.
All right.
All right. These three dweebs are called the Dreamers. We're going to be knocking them out.
This is kind of like our main objective, basically. The whole run is to defeat all three of the Dreamers.
They really didn't like that we looked at them, so now they're going to sentence us to the Shadow Realm. We're going to skip over their dialogue, which makes them even angrier.
So now we just got to track them down.
Funnily enough, the order they appeared in is the order we're going to be decking them. All right, I'm going to wake up and,
Oh, man, misinput.
Misinput.
I meant to go over to the right.
Yeah, all right. So that's actually a way to make this nice lady appear just a bit faster. And now we have a bit of platforming. Yeah!
We love platforming.
We love platforming.
Platforming in my platformer game.
All right. Smooth.
Yep.
All right.
Nice.
She's gonna give us a handy dandy tool called the Dream Nail. If you could put 2 and 2 together, we're gonna use the Dream Nail to kill the Dreamers.
Yeah. We kind of needed this in order to do our mission, so it's kind of necessary.
Also, I'm feeling a little sleepy. Let's
Yeah.
just slide on out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh, that was a rough awakening.
Yep. All right. Well.
Let's give some dialogue with a character you are never going to see because I stiffed her.
Yep. It does not matter.
She doesn't matter.
All I know is that
We don't need her.
he's feeling a little sleepy.
Yeah.
He wanted to take a little bit of a nap. That's why I call it like the resting grounds.
Mm-hmm. Just because I'm feeling so easy.
Yep. All right.
We're going to be taking a shortcut, or kind of like the back entrance to this area. This is one of the main areas of the game. Probably the most beautiful, best soundtrack.
Right. Like probably my favorite area, is the City of Tears.
Yep, this is the City of Tears. Before we head out into the main area, we're going to be picking up some money.
That item right now is not that important. So we're just going to sell for money.
Yeah,
We don't care about what it does. We care about what it's worth.
True. Alrighty. Before we go on our way, we are going to grab a safety bench for the run and another prize.
This part's a little tricky.
Perfect. Alrighty.
It's not bad.
So if you get hit on the spikes, it resets you to the bottom, which is pretty slow. But we got through that pretty nicely. That's
Once again,
another item
more
we'll be
money.
able to sell. Yep.
Yeah.
Just like how we were on a budget earlier, we need to make a lot more money. Rather than 270, we need around 2,000-ish.
Yeah, so we're gonna just try and grab as many items as we can to do that. Probably we're gonna get a lot of money to do this little guy.
Do we have any marijuana enjoyers here? Perhaps some devil's lettuce enjoyers? You may recognize this silly little number up here. Oh, 420.
Nice.
Jokes aside, that gives us a very good portion of the money that we're going to need. Okay, hi there. A good portion of the money that we're going to need to make our purchases later. Our next location that we're heading is upstairs. We're going to be making a pit stop to an area we're not supposed to be at yet. But before we do that, we are going to open up a back door for us later. So we have a way back over.
Might as well heal up a little bit while we can. So we're like slowly heading up to one of the more infamous parts of the run.
Right. So got that pogo skip off of the back of the wall. There's a lever right here that we're going to hit through the wall. You can only do that on this version of the game.
Yeah, it's important to note that we're playing on a very specific version of the game.
We're playing on 1.2.2.1. We're going to grab that bench for safety because
Yeah, we're at the most infamous part of the run.
this is probably the hardest, second hardest.
Yeah. This part's not loaded right now because he activated the switch from the other side, but you can go through here just fine.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to maneuver without being able to see. Are we sending the elevator around? I think we keep it up.
Yeah, might as well.
All right, so going into this fight, we have one rule.
Yeah. Don't die.
Don't die.
Yeah, pretty much. We took down that chandelier to kill one of the.
You can see in the background on the left.
These are the Watcher Knights.
This is by far the hardest part about this run in terms of combat.
Because this version of the game, they like act a little weird. You can explain more about that than I could.
So you'll see that they have these rolling animations, and that's how they attack for the most part. When they do that bouncing roll, they're supposed to bounce 3 times about, like that. But for some reason, on this version of the game, they can just spaz out and cancel immediately. Oh, so when they do that roll on the ground, that's actually very beneficial for us because, oh wow, they are perfectly synced up.
I guess something like we didn't get to know before is that the dream now lets you get a lot of soul from one enemy without hitting it. It just takes a while to activate.
Woo.
Yeah,
The other thing that makes this so hard is you're dealing with 2 bosses that are not, like, they were not made so you're fighting 2 at once. So very often you'll get set in situations where you just gotta take a hit.
Yep, like that, right there, avoiding that would be very difficult.
Woo. That's another example of them just kind of not functioning properly. All right, first try.
Wow,
that's
that
huge.
was really good. That is extremely huge. So that fight is like probably the hardest part of the run. And it's like there's a couple boards that are kind of close. A couple skips that can be a little tricky, lose a lot of time. But like Watcher Knights, like we grabbed that bench for safety. We didn't even need it.
I'm actually gonna go for this.
Yeah, so sometimes you can just ride the elevator, or you could just wall jump up here.
All right, that was pretty good.
Yep.
All right, let's wake up our first buddy.
Yep.
So this is Lurian. He's a dweeb.
We don't like those.
We're gonna beat him up, and we're gonna suck up his essence.
And that's 1 of 3 down.
And then I'm done playing the game again.
Yeah. So we do a lot of that. We do a lot of not playing the game until we decide that it's probably not a good idea.
And then we decide to play the game, just a little.
Yeah. It helps us move a little bit faster, you know. Sometimes it's continuously playing, sometimes a little bit slower than just giving it a little break.
So we're gonna call the elevator up and then go to the side where the elevator's not gonna hit us, because they do have spikes on the top. Cool design. You would not believe how often you get hit by that playing casually. It's stupid. Money. This is our reward for beating Watcher Knights. I think that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, pretty sizable increase. We are now swimming in cash, although we still don't have like as much as we need. We still need to get as much as possible. We're not out of it yet.
So how are we gonna do that? That's right, we're going through the thrift store.
Yep.
We're gonna pawn some things off at the pawn shop.
Yeah, it's time to actually use those things that we picked up in order to sell. It's time to actually sell them.
We're going to GameStop to get $5 for the $60 game that we just bought.
Oh, know that feeling a bit too well.
Yup. Smack open the store, call the elevator, wait, go down.
We're almost at the store.
Now, our pawnbroker is not here. We're gonna have to go and find him. He's out lamenting in the rain. What a sad man. I'd be sad if that was my job.
I mean, this is a pretty beautiful area.
That's true.
I wouldn't even need to be sad in order to go out there and just embrace the rain.
It's true. So we yelled at him to get back in his shop. We run back here, and guess what? He teleported back to his shop. We're gonna sell a couple of these rocks we found lying around. He's not very smart. He thinks they're worth quite a bit more. What a chump.
Yeah, we don't.
Velmi Artrid. Velmi Artrid.
Alright, so now.
Gachael. Helmet.
Now we have reached pretty much exactly where we need to be for money.
Yeah,
We're gonna take a second to walk all the way back over to that bench from the beginning of when we walked into this area. Oh, what else? Oh, so killing the Dreamer actually has consequences. Could you believe that? They had a purpose. You're going to be seeing quite soon why they were set up there. For anyone who might actually want to play the story, I won't give the full details of the game.
Yeah.
But let's say they were hiding an indescribable evil of sorts.
For sure. If you do plan on playing this game, this is
absolutely gorgeous. It's $15.
Yeah. This is a very great one. And along with that fact is this isn't everything the game has to offer at all. Not even including any percent true ending is pretty cool. It is a lot more than just this, because we pretty much outside of major stuff, it's we're skipping a lot of things. So it's you won't be spoiling everything, but
So that filler right there is our stag. He's the intended fast travel mechanic, but he doesn't always go where we need him to. We're gonna go over. This is the guy we saved earlier, right before we killed ourselves. We're gonna buy this flashlight he's got, and we're leaving.
Yep.
We're gonna set up a bench save right there. And then the very first fast travel point that we bought, that is where we are finally going.
Yeah, we were finally going there. Yeah, lo and behold, it actually like what served some sort of purpose.
Right. Now, if you remember from 20 minutes ago, this area might not look exactly how you remember.
Yeah, it's oddly terrifying. Also, these enemies hurt.
They hurt so bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
They're also really loud and scary.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is probably one of my favorite areas.
This is another great one.
This is Crystal Peaks. This area is all about people who are mining.
A lot of pink.
Conveyor belts, a lot of pink crystals. We're on a pretty tight cycle here. I'm going to go for a trick I have not practiced. Should have gone for it. Moving on.
Yeah, you can like pogo off of like that hammer that it's like thrown out, and like go up to that like little hole, but it's a little difficult.
We're going to save here. We're going to go for something called the God Cycle. Okay, good start. Perfect, we got it.
Nice. Really good. If you didn't get off cycle there, it could be pretty annoying having to deal with the lasers.
Beat that cycle. Alright. Ooh, it's going pretty well so far.
Yeah, actually, nothing major whatsoever. There's been a couple things, so like a couple smaller things, but.
All right, this platforming section is it can be pretty rough.
It's really cool looking though.
Yeah, music gets a little intense here, showing that it's a climactic part of the area.
Kind of hard to see the lasers because they're so much of the same color.
Oh no! Just kidding.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, that was a super clean Crystal Peaks. That was really good.
That was actually really good. And we're gonna get a really useful ability for this run too.
This is the Crystal Dash, Super Dash, whatever you want to call
Basically
it.
speed booster.
It's Speed Booster from Metroid.
Except instead of having to run, we just kind of like sit there, charge
up in one place.
Yep.
All right. Load back in. We're going to demonstrate it pretty much immediately. Charge it up, let go, just like that. It's not good for dealing damage to enemies. It'll deal a little bit more to enemies you could already probably one-shot. Don't try it on things that are stronger than you.
It will hurt.
It will hurt. Okay. Okay. Nice. All right, this is the first of 2 acid skips we're gonna do.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect, a good one. That one is a lot easier than the other one, though.
It is. They are deceivingly difficult.
Whoops. All right, we're gonna head to Fog Canyon now. Fight another boss.
This boss isn't hard per se, but
It's a little annoying.
man, it does not like to cooperate. Whoa, hello. He was off cycle.
Yeah.
What an inconsiderate man, jellyfish thing.
Yep. All right, just gotta head down a little bit.
We're gonna grab a safety bench, obvious reasons. We're doing.
We can't really afford to.
With how far back you go, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's actually really bad. So yeah, this fight's not necessarily too hard. It's more so just a lot. You have to have a lot of patience.
Yeah. Whoa.
All right.
Okay.
This
is our boss. This is Umu.
This is Umu. All right. The gimmick of this fight, you cannot attack Umu's like outer like shell. We gotta wait. Why? Well, we'll see in a second.
That was close.
Really good positioning.
Got him out to me.
I don't know who that is. They've shown up and now help.
Got him out to me. Te quiero.
So we pretty much, this is what I meant by like a lot of patience.
Seruna.
We're basically waiting for this guy Coral, he's a main character you'll see if you actually play the game.
Te quiero.
And what he does is he weakens up Umu.
So we can attack.
Ah, rough.
Seruna, Serake.
I'd like to note the reason this fight is going to take so long
Te quiero.
is one, because two-phasing it is incredibly difficult. Oof. Oof.
Te quiero.
And the other thing, we're very, not supposed to be here. This is a very late game boss.
So you're supposed to have a lot more upgrades at this point. You do a lot more damage.
Same with Watcher Knights.
So we're just kind of like nickel and diming him right now. So that was actually.
Ah. I'm doing a little bad with my placements. Ideally, I'd like Umu to stay right around this platform, but I'm not doing a great job of baiting them into it. Where'd that fireball go?
Well, I have no clue. Maybe like one more.
Yeah,
cycle.
Umu's probably super weak. All right, there we go.
Umu done. Said you can like 2-cycle the boss,
It's
but
super
it's
tight.
very hard.
It's very impressive. You also see the main reason we picked up Crystal Dash, is because it's necessary to get through this area. It's either this or an item that allows us to swim in acid.
Yep.
The one that allows us to swim in acid is very out of the way.
Alright.
Coral's gonna wave his mask around. He's gonna do some magic stuff.
It's one of those guys.
It's one of those guys. Let's beat him up.
Yep. We kind of need those. This is kind of our main objective, is just going to go fight all of them. Unlike the other one, though, we actually are not going to be leaving.
Yeah, we don't quit out on this one. We still skip the cutscene because we don't want to look at their ugly face, but...
What would be shown is,
This cutscene.
Yeah.
So even though the first guy's mask is there, it still registers he's dead.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Which is pretty interesting that like the game recognizes that, but doesn't like reflect that in the cutscene.
So, as you can see, we're breaking these three. They're acting as a seal, as I mentioned earlier, but you get to see what that seal kind of looked like. And that's actually where we're going to be going at the very end of the game, so got a little teaser for that. Going to be making our way out of here, and if you remember how I said Watcher Knights were the hardest part of this run, I kind of lied.
Yeah.
This is the potential to be
This
where
be
we
it.
sit for a while.
Yeah.
This is the hardest stip in this run, and it is called QGA.
Queen's
also
Garden
known
Acid.
as Queen's Garden Acid, as Trevor said. So you saw the first acid skip where we had to get real low to the ground and super dash over. We're going to be doing a much more intense version of that.
It's
So-
not even going to look like we should be able to do it.
No,
It is very,
you really
very
shouldn't
precise.
be able to. All right.
Here we go. It's going to get it right.
Oh,
Yeah, that was actually really close. You can't go higher up on there or else you're going to touch those spikes on the left. So that's why he's positioning himself very specifically.
Ah.
So this-
Ah.
Almost there.
All right, so this is the unfortunate part. We're going to have to do a little bit of grinding for health where we go around and kill these small jellies for a bit. We do not hurt the big jellies because if you see the giant glowing orange part, those are tracking bombs. They will hard follow you throughout the entire room, and they do 2 massive damage, which is huge.
And the whole point of us going in here is because we kind of need more health.
So we're going to avoid that as much as we can. There we
Perfect.
go.
There we go. There we go.
That's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
All right.
Only getting a little bit of health. That's not bad.
Fortunately, on this patch of this game, these enemies don't work. These spikes don't hurt me at all for some
Yeah,
reason.
they basically might as well not exist.
And
which is very
these
helpful.
spikes work though.
Because when they actually do work in other versions, they are very annoying to deal with.
They are
as you can,
real annoying.
as you can probably imagine just by looking at them.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen that one before.
If you remember the mantises from before, these are the big brothers that are way scarier. I'm way scarier though. Perfect.
That was
All right, it is
really
imperative
solid.
we don't take damage here. Oh. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That sets us up to skip a bunch of platforming and puts us underneath a death barrier. So we skip that. We're running through. We're doing good. This is Queen's Garden. I kind of forgot to mention.
Yeah, that's why the acid was involved with that, with QGA.
Whoa. Okay. We're actually not staying in Queen's Garden. There's no reason for us to be here for main game.
Like, yeah, the last streamer is not in this area, but it lets us get to this area.
Uh-oh. He went real low. Okay. All right, we're good. If anyone has arachnophobia, I would advise, please don't watch the next 10 minutes.
This is a very well-known area of this game if you've played it. A lot of people's least favorite area.
Yes.
It's the reason why we bought that the lantern earlier,
Yes.
is so we can actually see in here.
This is Deep Nest. You're gonna see spider. You're gonna see spiders crawling all over my screen and hear a lot of creepy crawly noises for a good bit now.
Yeah.
I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yep.
We are going to be doing as much as we can to get in and out of here.
Yeah.
Because I hate it as much as you guys do. We're gonna heal up because I got hit like a doofus.
Yeah.
Alrighty. We're actually at the very end of Deep Nest. Normally this place is a horrible, horrible maze. And the map that you get in game does not tell you how to get through it at all.
Nope.
It is a true test of endurance. But we're at the end.
Yep. It is very important that he does not fall down here.
Yeah, it is a long drop, and it is a long recovery. All right, we're going to take a stroll. Hey, friends! Let's sit down on the bench with it.
Uh-oh.
I can't get up. Why are they getting closer?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Trevor, I don't like those.
I don't like it either. You know, maybe don't accept random invites from strangers.
Oh, just like the candy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This game teaches you a lot of very important life lessons.
It really does. All right. We're now in the hunter's nest.
This part is terrible.
It is, but it's consistent.
We still need a little bit more geo.
Yes, but we're going to get it from these guys.
These guys do 2 damage. So they suck.
Like that. Yeah, we'll have more than enough money.
Hey, was it 230 or 320?
I think it's 250.
It's 250? I was thinking of something. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
You would think I would know this.
Well, that is my own fault for not knowing.
Ow.
And assuming 2 numbers that weren't right.
Oh! Ow. We're not freeing him. He's evil.
Yeah.
Don't be deceived by his cute noises.
Not that one.
That's pretty devious if I do say so.
Yeah. We're almost out of here, though.
We're very close to the end.
Also, we can only attack this thing when it's about to, when it's about to attack us. Right.
All right.
There's our last of the dweebs. The dweebers.
Those are our last of the sleepy, eepy little guys. Smack them around like a pinata. Suck up all the candy.
Now it's time for our friend to head to the final area.
It's him.
Yeah. So yeah, even though it doesn't show that not all of them are completed,
We are now heading to the final area.
Yeah, we're in the end game now.
We're in go mode. It's time to go.
Yeah.
Because Trevor's making me nervous about money, I'm gonna pick some up.
Well, it's my own fault. I don't really know. I'd assume you would know.
You would think.
Just kind of grab enough. I might have thought about like an earlier.
And we're leaving. Oh. I don't usually go for that jump.
Yeah. Just falling there again is not great.
Okay, I was right. 250.
Yeah. All right, now we're basically heading to that seal.
Someone get a beer.
Yep.
We're going.
We're
about to go to the final boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just let them know we're at the final boss.
It's gonna be like a minute or so.
Yeah, we got a couple minutes.
Like we got time, but. Grab on this and head all the way over. Off it goes.
All right. We're gonna grab one last safety bench just in case something goes
This
horribly
one,
wrong.
This one's just on the way. Might as well.
We're gonna break these chains.
Here's our final boss. You'll never believe the name of this one.
Has anyone played Persona 4?
Yeah.
Say it with me now.
You're not me.
You're not me.
This is the Hollow Knight. Fire writing.
I know. This is it.
This is the Hollow Knight. We're just gonna wail on him.
Ah! We're gonna heal. That was a little rough. Oh, worst attack. Oh, this is awful.
Yep, that is a really bad positioning, really unlucky.
He's being rough with me. Oh, sad. It's so sad. Yeah, so he's not actually in control of himself right now, so he's actually trying to help us out.
He gets a couple more attacks in this phase, that one of which is
Hopefully we don't see.
yeah, hopefully we don't see it. This one's fine. Just be able to bounce off. Hit him.
There it is.
This the attack we don't like.
Alright, he's going into the last phase now. He's getting pretty weak. There we go.
And that's it. All right.
Alright.
Timing's also a bit weird for this one.
Yeah, it's gonna fade to black, and when the cutscene starts for the end, that's time.
Well, we'll say time.
We'll say time when it's ready. But it's about to come up.
Yeah, very soon. Well, very soon.
Very soon.
It's a very specific timing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Time.
All right.
Woo! GG.
GG's. Thank you for commentary, Trevor.
It was great. It was a great run, actually.
Yeah, this actually,
Like, it was
52-29 is actually really good.
for an in-game or for
RTA.
For RTA, it's crazy. Yeah, that's very good.
Shout outs, obviously, Trevor. He's been helping me. He's been supporting me ever since I got back into speedrunning. Everyone in the server for helping out, being supportive whenever I got a PB. Xander.
Yeah.
He was
Shouts
there.
to Xander.
Shouts to Xander.
Yeah.
But
that's about it.
yeah, that's all.
That was a really, really good run.
We'll have to see what the in-game timer says.
Yeah.
It should be pretty accurate though.
That was very, very good. There's like QGA only had like one little, one little mess up. That was like the run from the other, last night, right? Or the night before.
Yeah, QGA just had some issues, but that was pretty much that. And I probably shouldn't have gone for that thing I didn't practice in Crystal Peaks.
Yeah. Well, that didn't waste that much time.
Yeah, that was like 30 seconds or something. Yeah, we have to sit through the credits for now.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to see the timer.
Yeah, we can see the official in-game time,
The official in-game.
which should be fairly accurate.
It should be pretty close.
Yeah. For context, this game's usually run with IGT.
Yeah,
without loads.
Without loads.
What was PB without load? Like a 46, like 16?
4630?
Like third? It's 30?
It might have been lower.
It's something like that. It's something like that. But
I could check
very
really
good run.
quick. Oh, that's. Let's see. Yo, you were right. 4616 is my
Yeah.
PB.
So that's without loads.
That is without loads.
There's an auto splitter.
Woo.
All right, we're almost going to see what the in-game time is,
Yeah.
or what the game has.
They're gonna pull the "Thank you for playing" and you. Except it's in Chinese, but that's what it says. Trust me.
Yeah. Something about Kickstarter.
Yeah. Who knows what the 2158
Yeah.
means?
Right.
All right.
So let's see what we got.
Final time was 16%. 51.49.
Yep.
All
Really-
right.
Really, really good. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. All right.
All right.
That's
that's
all.
done.
That's Hollow Knight.
Thanks for watching.
The major glitches.